Hey guys, welcome to the biggest podcast of the .com boom, Zspan.
The biggest podcast of
The
the
biggest
.com.
web series.
Yeah, the biggest web series of all time. Zspan is a multimedia project ranging from Instagram Reels, podcasts, anything that has Subway Surfers attached to it so that Gen Z guys will actually pay attention.
A little bit of Minecraft too.
That's on the way. That's definitely on the way. But the big push behind this project more than anything is over the last couple electoral cycles, we've seen not only young men go to the right, but the Democratic Party go literally out of its way to keep them there.
Yeah, it's like, we want you to be on our side, but we're going to promote the policies of the other side.
And fuck you.
and yeah, also just, diddle you a little bit.
And fuck you. So, yeah, I mean, we consider ourselves to be left-leaning guys. I'm the president of the College of Democrats of Connecticut. Ben is one of the most goated influencers of all time.
Micro-influencer.
Not for long.
Not for long. We're going to be a major influencer
Not for long.
soon.
And so...
A majo.
Yeah, I think this is a good way to connect to people because, frankly, a lot of people don't, I think, have a good understanding of left-wing politics in the United States, and we don't have a real left-wing party in the United States.
Liberal!
I mean, yeah. And so I think it'd be good to win some people back, and I think that's more or less what we want to do here.
And I feel like we can do that here because we are going to be like a little bit unfiltered, uncensored. We're going to say what the fuck we want to say.
Yeah, and the most important thing is that we're normal people. A lot's going on right now, and this is, if there was ever a time that I wouldn't wish to be born in, it'd probably be right now.
Yeah. I feel like Amazon Fresh is like the epitome of like what this country is, bro.
Yeah, honestly. That or...
Well, they actually just went out of business, actually. That's topical news. Amazon Fresh is fully gone. You will never see one of those fucking Palantir superstores again, bro, where they have cameras that scan your face.
Don't say that yet.
They scan your face so you can't steal, bro. I'm just saying they scan your face and you don't have to pay. It automatically charges to your Amazon account. I'm like, that's a little tiny bit scary.
Well, we still have to prepare for President J.D. Vance, and whenever he puts Peter Thiel in charge of the economy, his basically like political.
What do you think they're doing behind closed doors, JD and Peter?
If you're a South Park fan, the real conversation is JD and Donald. Peter's focused on younger men, I would say.
Oh my God! Did correct me if I'm wrong, but did Peter Thiel invite Clavicular to a party?
Did he? Did you see that somewhere?
Did he?
Hey, okay.
They freed him. Why the fuck did they free that man? That man should not be free.
Who, did he?
Yeah.
He's not free.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is, bro.
P. Diddy?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Bro, he time served, bro. You only got like 18 months.
No. He got sentenced to like 11 or so years. He's got time served, but that time served is like
I thought he got found innocent, bro.
No. So what happened is he ended up getting so kind of, right? It was a little bit of a failure, which is so funny because do you know who prosecuted that case? James Comey's daughter. So it's been a hard year. It's been a hard couple of years for them.
The Comey family's not doing great.
It's been a bad couple of years for the Comeys.
My mom went on a double date with James Comey in college.
Dude, your mom goes on a lot of double dates. Didn't your mom also go on a double date with Big Pussy from The Sopranos?
She did.
That is great, dude. That is awesome. That is so awesome. That is actually sick. Dude.
The lore.
That is actually insane lore. But regardless, I think
we have a couple of topics lined up for tonight.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're planning on going to Minneapolis in the next
week or
two. So we will be on the ground soon. Zspan is taking it global. Or actually,
local. Domestic.
Very, very, very domestic. Definitely not global yet, but Zspan Egypt coming soon.
Zspan Egypt is on the way. And hopefully soon, Zspan Caribbean Islands. So I think that'd be, a great opportunity. But I'm excited for Minneapolis because we're going to be able to be on the ground seeing what is essentially a modern-day Gestapo in action in the streets of one of America's most beautiful cities.
Like, tell me this, genuinely. We have not had a masked police force to enforce immigration before. It's like typically ICE is found at the border.
And also, when you usually have a country whose, police forces have to take a photo looking backwards, it's not a great sign of the quality of enforcement.
It's really confusing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what about I feel like we had like thousands of different laws put into place to like, you know, secure body cams on police officers. You could like look up, they have to tell you their name and badge number. So you could like audit them for their crimes if they do something wrong. I'm not even saying I support the modern police establishment as it is right now, but
it's objectively better than a lot in the world.
You can't prosecute ICE. Like it's
impossible.
They don't like if they genuinely just assault a civilian.
But it's hilarious because we're doing immigration worse than pretty much any country in the world right now, to a point where it's pretty scary how we're embarrassing ourselves on the national stage in front of our allies in NATO, in front of our closest ally, Canada, which is now pursuing, you know, tighter relations with China, which is a national security threat to us all. But frankly, we have completely destroyed the proper narrative around immigration in the United States. We haven't yet.
And frankly, and like people are genuinely picking up tear gas and throwing it straight back at them, bro. It's a war zone out there, and honestly, I understand the anger. I understand where the anger is coming from. There should not be a mass police force in the streets. And honestly, I just think it's crazy that someone could pick up a tear gas canister with their hand. How hot do those things get?
It's honestly really inspiring to see how much the Minneapolis community straight up just does not fuck with ICE at all.
How hot does that canister get, bro? I feel like it has to be like burning, right?
Dude, they're colder. They're cold in Minneapolis. They know what they're doing, man. They're real cheese. We've seen an unbelievable amount of bravery from the people in Minneapolis so far.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, you see what they're trying to frame Alex Preddy as some sort of like, you know, like guys, you know, last week we caught footage of him kicking an ICE car. So, you know, ICE executing him on the street, not really that bad, you know.
Yeah, no, he damaged a tire for a half second.
He damaged a tire and was not even charged with anything because, of course, they're not real police officers. They left the scene because they'll just get money to fund a new car if it was broken, which it wasn't because he just kicked the fucking tire.
We have masked thugs that are patrolling one of the largest cities in the United States right now. It's not something that offers confidence in the world. It's not something that shows that you have a good security system in the United States. It's not something that people can feel proud in when they see masked intruders in the streets, in their homes, attacking their neighbors, infesting their communities. We have proper services for a reason, and they have been imperfect in the United States, but they have never gone around with masks,
except when they raided the Raw Man.
Except when they did that, right? But we're talking on such a mass systemic scale of a basic paramilitary in the streets of the United States, wreaking havoc on communities, using children as bait, killing 2 American citizens who were exercising their rights to protest in the United States.
The point I always make to conservatives that is not like, it's a genuine, like, it's not trying to do a gotcha. I just genuinely ask, and I did research myself because I thought it might have happened. How many American citizens were killed by immigration custom enforcement before the Trump administration? I did my research. I couldn't find anything. Bro just ripped ass. I couldn't find anything.
I was coughing.
I couldn't find anything. And I used GPT-5 on top. I'm sorry for using a little bit of water. I tried it out. Not a single result of an American citizen being killed by immigration custom enforcement before the Trump administration.
It's unbelievable as well, too, because we also have a dichotomy, right? I'm not happy with how Barack Obama did immigration either, right? Barack Obama was the deporter in chief. There's no doubt about it.
He just imagine like that sucks. Imagine you get to the border, kicked out instantly, like.
But it goes to show that either this whole system needs to be reconfigured, or Donald Trump is just the most incompetent president of all time. If Obama,
it might be a little bit of both.
It might be a little bit of both, but
or a lot of it of both.
If Obama managed to deport this many people without having to deploy a essential SS into the streets of the United States,
who's the guy who LARPs as that fucking Nazi soldier, bro?
Chris Bavino.
Oh my God, bro! Okay,
he got fired.
We're putting that up on stream right now. We're putting it up on screen. His literal like actual SS uniform cosplay. It's the most pathetic shit ever.
He's also 5'4". Did
he
you
got
know
fired?
That? Yeah, he got fired.
When? Recently?
Very recently. His name is not Chris Bavino. It is Greg Bavino, and
what was he fired for?
He has first of all a lesbian haircut, like to the craziest extent. And then beyond that, he's fired because he sucks ass. I mean, you killed 2 American citizens, and you're running around like, I don't know, like idiots. Like
parading as a Nazi.
Basically, yeah, and literally like a Hugo Boss like trench coat. Like, I don't know, man. It's really hard to have aura when you're 5'0".
5'0".
I
The
mean,
Nick Fuentes effect, bro.
the Nick Fuentes effect. And
Ugh,
the
I
thing
hate
is,
that guy.
like,
Hate that man.
I do hate that guy. But honestly, I think Nick Fuentes could beat Greg Bovino in a fight.
We have to see that fight. I would pay to watch that fight.
Yeah.
He supports him though.
He supports him.
As you know, he's such a contrarian. He says, "I believe the government, no matter what they say." Real contrarian over here, guys.
We've also managed to accidentally reach.
That guy looks like a fucking Sith Lord. I'm sorry, bro.
You saw
Oh
the
my
photo,
God. I
right?
saw
Yeah,
the
he does.
photo. Oh
He
my
does. He
God.
does. And so we've managed to reach somewhat of I guess, a positive electoral effect, depending on what you stand, through the most toxic masculinity possible. I don't know if you saw the clip in the recent couple days, but the looks-maxing streamer Clavicular himself actually said he'd rather vote for Gavin Newsom over J.D. Vance in the
Because he's
2028
subhuman.
election because J.D. Vance is a fat, quote, subhuman. I don't.
The next generation of men is cooked. If you guys,
It's over.
If you guys,
It's over.
If any of you guys are Clavicular fans, look up his looks maxing forum post about piss mogging. You will not think of him the same.
I didn't think of him extremely high to begin with at this point.
I saw a video of him like the other day of him like crashing out. He's like, they put a single slice of fucking cheese on his like Whopper at Burger King. He said some shit like, "Yo, that better not be my burger." And then like the people with him are like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I cannot be caught eating that shit. I cannot be caught doing that shit on stream." And he's like, "Yo, if that's my burger, I'm gonna fucking crash out. I'm gonna make a scene." I'm like, bro.
I mean, he takes meth. A
Yes, he
surprising
does.
amount of the conservative influencers take meth. Like he does. There's Empath Chan on Twitter who is bald and takes meth and harasses immigrants in Ireland. And I just
You
like,
saw
where do you find these
we
people?
kidnapped two. Was it Scottish or Irish? We kidnapped two people. The American government kidnapped two people yesterday, overnight, and didn't inform the Scottish government.
It's getting very scary how poor our relations are becoming with the rest of the world, to tell you the truth. I mean, if I told you, 15 years ago, when we had Europe sending us aid in the event of the Iraq War, if I told you that we had a former coalition that went and sacrificed and died for us in combat.
Second smallest meat president, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
After Reagan. No, after Reagan. Reagan definitely takes the cake,
In a meat off?
Jarvis put Ronald Reagan in sweatpants on the screen.
I was seeing that photo. There's not much there.
That's what I got. I got a TikTok ban for like 3 days for bullying and harassment. I appealed him like, "I'm sorry, Ronald Reagan's been dead for like 30 years. Who the fuck am I harassing? The presidential fucking library?" They instated my ban. They're actually like, they reviewed it, they appealed it. They're like, "Actually, we still think you're bullying."
It's
So-
very funny that we know what president definitively had the biggest meat.
Who?
It was Lyndon B. Johnson. You didn't know about Jumbo?
Oh my god. Bro, he didn't have to get custom fucking tailored suits, bro.
Yeah, that phone call is in his presidential library.
I listened to that on John Oliver.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. He's a patriot. We also got the Civil Rights Act through him.
Lyndon.
Vietnam was not optimal, but yeah, it's very unfortunate.
No way. No wonder he was called Lyndon B. Johnson.
That is actually very hilarious. Now that you put that out, he was part of his personality.
Honestly, let's just start breaking into our first topic. We got a couple of things to say, guys. First off, Epstein files came out today. It was, if I recall, it was 3,000 videos and 180,000 photos. And I honestly have not even looked at the photos because I already know who's guilty. I already know who did that shit. Allegedly. Yeah. But there were a lot of allegations that came out, and like a scary amount of allegations came out surrounding Donald Trump and underage women. So we have that. We have Donald Trump's
multiple pardons of several convicted fraudsters and criminals.
And to top it all off, we have Minneapolis and ICE. And they're occupied fully. They're taking over a whole street. They're currently occupying an entire street in Minneapolis. Like, they set up like a mini base there. Like, what are you guys doing?
They're operating kind of like a warlord government at this point because we don't really know who's in charge.
Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. I want small government, but also
paramilitaries in the street. It's funny because who is even like, who's in charge right now? Greg Bovino just got fired for being completely incompetent and short, and then we had Tom Homan come in. And I don't know what that guy does.
He's evil. Wasn't he literally like exposed? Wasn't he caught?
Yeah,
for
who took
bribery?
$50,000 in a brown paper bag in a sting operation, and the Trump administration was like, "No, that's okay. That's okay." Most transparent administration in history, though. Don't worry.
They're okay. They're pretty transparent with some shit.
In terms of what? In terms of transparently showing his cock and balls off to minors?
Like transparently being like, yeah, we did this shit. Like, yeah, we killed him. It was self
Oh,
defense.
yeah.
And then you obviously know they're lying.
Yeah, well, it's pretty egregious as well, too, because you see the photo they put up on Twitter of the gun Alex Preddy was carrying, and it was, like, caught on Reddit multiple times. Or it was posted on Reddit, like, 8 hours before in advance as well, too.
Where did the Pizzagate people go?
Exactly,
Where
right?
are they?
In 2016, we had people, like, literally, like, reversing, like, emails that Hillary Clinton sent out in an attempt to prove that she, like, ate babies with Huma Abedin.
I would like to just point out to just any potential listener who just even has a hint of belief towards Pizzagate, you could buy chemically synthesized, basically, for anybody who's not in the loop, anybody who's not chronically online, these people believe that they, drink baby blood because of the chemical adrenochrome, which is, I guess, found in more young people. It's like something in adrenaline.
It de-ages you, apparently.
No, but anyway.
It's not like they look like shit or anything all the time. Like, they're 100 years old. It's not working very well.
You could buy adrenochrome and buy the gallon online for really cheap. For like $8, you could buy like a gallon of adrenochrome. They chemically synthesize this shit. You could buy lab-grade adrenochrome the same way you buy fucking peptides, bro. Same way people are buying Retinol, bro. Why would they have to murk any babies?
You don't understand. They're doing it for sport, because if you reverse the 41st email that Hillary Clinton sent out, she said cheese pizza twice in referring to a restaurant.
It's just the cognitive dissonance is an actual thing, and seeing people be like, "Oh, Pizzagate," and then the Epstein files come out, and then Trump just doesn't release them for like months, and then they're like, "Oh, well, I mean."
It's so funny because all these guys who were ardent conspiracy theorists are suddenly now literally attorneys talking about, well, if he was mentioned in the files, it's not necessarily a direct correlation.
It's not
simply
a
a
proof of correlation.
Yeah, it's simply a
it's actually just a contact book of people of random associations. It's not necessarily any proof of anything. Actually, would you like just read a couple excerpts from the files to just do a little premonition?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me say one thing though. I think that it is so funny how when the files actually came out, it wasn't any like clues, there wasn't any coded language. It was literally just Elon Musk like, "Bro, can I please come to the island? Can I please come to the island?"
He's getting rejected too.
And getting rejected, which is so funny.
The only way Elon's innocent is if he was just such a loser, he wasn't even invited to the island.
He was such a chud. Jeffrey Epstein didn't even want to fuck with him, which is honestly the only like possible way that situation could be funny.
Yeah, but let's just go through a couple of the complaints. They're highlighted in yellow over here. I'll read the first one. He'll read the second. I'll read the third, I guess. So, redacted reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alex that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. That is complaint 1 of probably 30. Let's just get to the second one.
At age 16, while modeling, Collar attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, Collar reported that she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured Collar and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Collar stated Orrin raped her best friend, and a third brother, Tal, raped a 14-year-old girl named Redacted. Collar named other individuals involved in big orgy parties with her other young girls and other Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump.
Let's get to the third one. Online complaint reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 1995 and 1996. Complaint reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Jeffrey Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Compliant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump and then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there, who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts.
Yeah, that's not concerning or anything. Don't worry about that. It's just a contact. It's not proof of correlation or anything.
I don't even know what to say to that.
It makes you sick to your stomach reading it because it's one of those things that it's almost unfathomable to imagine someone just making that up for the benefit of it. That's a psychotic thing to even imagine. And the fact that the president of the United States was even in proximity to these individuals
At all.
is a stain and an embarrassment to the United States. Frankly, the possibility that the sentence, the president raped little girls, could have even a semblance of possibility to it is a sign that we have something that has gone deeply, deeply wrong in the political culture of the United States.
Allegedly, complainant followed up after a call with the NYPD officer regarding her previous tip reporting that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Also reported there were high-profile individuals in her sex trafficking and the murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. Reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to allegedly force her to perform sex acts with him, and alleged Trump was present when her uncle murdered her newborn child.
Caller was taken by boat to Epstein's island. Caller said it was complicated and it involved Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Caller became a school counselor and had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and a police officer where the caller was informed there were pictures of herself with Epstein. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI has baby pictures of her with Epstein.
I don't think we have to read the rest. There are so many of these I genuinely can't count.
Which is 41 days late. We don't know what textual photographic evidence that it's been deleted and combed over by the Justice Department.
And the only context we had was it was fucking Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force. Some of these individuals are reporting secondhand information. This is the list I sent Whitney with names of Trump accusers from the NTOC. They had to establish an entire task force to deal with this dude who's allegedly innocent.
It's sick. It's deeply sick. And it's something that has consequences that should have redefined the political order in the United States by now.
Would Watergate have any impact at all if it happened today?
We wouldn't have bravery. There wouldn't be inter-party people.
Nothing
like
would
Archibald.
happen.
Well, it wouldn't be impossible for the Department of Justice to name a real nonpartisan private investigator, like they did for Archibald Cox, to investigate Nixon. That's actually his name. You can laugh. You can laugh. You can laugh. You can laugh. But you think
Archibald
you really think
must have gotten so bullied, bro.
yeah, he definitely got shit on.
Imagine in middle school, bro.
He
when,
definitely got shit on.
Like, raise your hand, Archibald Cox.
I know, but could you imagine Pam Bondi naming an actual nonpartisan person to investigate the president?
That would never happen.
Nothing would make them investigate the president. There's nothing they could do. Photos and videos could come out tomorrow of Donald Trump participating in illegal activity with minors, and they would do not a single thing about it. They would say that they're AI.
The reason
they could be from 2013 and it doesn't matter. Someone slipped them in.
I feel like the reason that Trump. Okay, this is just all hearsay, not hearsay, just my personal belief. Allegedly, Trump did deregulate. Well, he did like a. It was not legal. It's being struck down right now. But he tried to make like a federal law, making every single it wasn't technically federal. It was like a state by state law that would pretty much just force every state to not regulate AI for the next 10 years.
And it's included in the big beautiful bill. It got pulled into the essentially omnibus of a bunch of other weird things that they snuck in there at the Republican expense.
I feel like that's because malicious intent. I feel like that is because if anything comes out, that's terrible, no matter what it may be.
No, I mean it's corruption. It's AI. It's open corruption. It's
obviously they're also being paid, but I'm just saying like it's AI.
It's very likely. It's very likely that they go that route as well. But the
that
other
is
thing
true,
to say
like
there as well too.
1984.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing as well to say there too is that this is genuinely the most corrupt president in American history. I mean, there's no scandal that comes close.
Millard,
Fillmore. Yeah, he was small time. And you look at Harding with the Teapot Dome scandal.
Andrew Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, all bad people, all bad examples. But did Andrew Johnson Or did Andrew Johnson or Warren G. Harding make a crypto coin and then rug pull it?
It's crazy that like
It's egregious. It's so in the open.
it's crazy that Bill Clinton pulled the Insurrection Act before Andrew Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unreal there, but like if you look at how corruption in the last couple of years in the United States has been pretty hilarious, right? There have been Democratic senators that have done it. I mean, Bob Menendez had literal bars of gold stuffed in his jacket from Egypt, which is the funniest possible way to do corruption, by the way.
Actual bars, that's like cartoon corruption.
It's literally cartoon corruption. I bet he had like a cigar in there as well. Cigar and a top hat to go along with it. And so that's funny to me. But I think that the other thing that's rich is that Donald Trump has no shame in hiding it whatsoever.
That's why I was saying they're kind of. That's what I'm saying, because obviously they hide so much shit and they lie about everything, but they are kind of blatant in their corruption because they will lie about something. Like, so, okay, something will happen, like the shooting of Alex Petty, and like within like 5 to 10 minutes, they will already have a statement by the Department of Justice or some shit.
Lying.
And it's going to be wrong. But the Department of fucking Defense became the Department of War, bro, and that shit's pissing me the fuck off, bro.
First of all, like that is something that kid,
why are we focusing like where we want to be at war? We want to be at war.
That's something that like that kid that wore like camo shorts and like a Linkin Park shirt in your high school. That's the kind of thing that he would find cool. Like that's just stuff that he would do if he was president.
Department of War.
Department of War. It just sounds silly. Department of Defense exists because we are not a country that makes war. I mean, well, we are. We definitely.
We definitely manufacture.
We definitely are. Let me walk that back.
We're not supposed to be.
We definitely are.
We should.
Well, that's not something that you gloat about.
At least the other presidents were quiet about it. At least they weren't like openly being like, "Yeah, we want it." At least all the other presidents were being like, "Oh, we'd hate to have this happen to benefit us."
At least the rhetoric is there. At least it's an attempt to frame invasions like Iraq as Operation Iraqi Freedom, essentially trying to liberate a people. And obviously that's not at all what happened. It's the worst thing that happened to all of us.
You have to westernize every other culture to protect America. Obviously.
Yeah, it basically bankrupted our lifetime when we were on track to. It's true. It's completely true. We were on track to eliminate. I know, but it's also we were on track to eliminate the U.S. debt under the Clinton administration. And for anybody who's laughing or making a snide remark, go look at it. Go look at the Treasury data right now. We were on track to do it. What happened? What happened? We spent $3 trillion, something slightly more than that, in 2 forever wars in the Middle East, in Afghanistan and Iraq.
One more war.
Iraq for pretty much no reason at all.
One more war.
We always just need one more war in the Middle East. We always just need one more thing. We should not have any presence in the Middle East. No presence there has ever benefited us, besides in 1991 when the Iraqis invaded Kuwait. There, you have some kind of leeway. You can make an explanation there. Iraq was completely manufactured by Dick Cheney and his friends at Halliburton, essentially to bankrupt our legacy and begin this 20-year period of Republican corruption that is being capitalized by a crypto rug pull.
You don't understand, bro. One more South American intervention, and the U.S. economy will be saved.
It's all we need. It's all we need. And here's the thing. If we ever got anything out of it, then maybe they'd have even a half point. It's the most immoral and absolutely disgusting point possible, but at least they'd have like a logistical benefit.
Guys, we
went into debt.
We're freeing Venezuela. We're freeing Venezuela by instating
his vice president.
Okay, guys, we are liberating Venezuela. We're giving them freedom. The people of Venezuela hate Maduro, but his vice president that was part of his administration and chosen by him, oh, they love her. Oh, they love her. She's great. She doesn't have any of the same policies at all, or any of the same politics at all. And she definitely didn't give Trump a Nobel Peace Prize, so now she can do whatever the fuck she wants. And also, the only other person who was ever given a secondhand Nobel Peace Prize, the only other person who was ever given a secondhand Nobel Peace Prize, look this up, was a Nazi general.
That is
the only two people in history
who would be insecure enough
a secondhand Nobel Peace Prize were a Nazi general and Donald Trump.
That is so funny. That is so funny. That is it is crazy where the correlations come out everywhere. But it goes to show on a serious note that this was never about the Venezuelan people. This was never about improving their conditions or getting rid of a dictator or getting rid of the establishment there. It was literally just about getting like a 20% deal on oil. Is that what's going on?
3 years ago, he genuinely just said out loud, "We need their oil. We need their oil. They'd have so much oil. It'd be so great.
It's sick, and it's...
I don't even think he was president. He was just doing a speech.
Yeah.
He just admitted to it.
Here's the thing. I think that Donald Trump became president in 2016 because he was the first Republican on the primary debate stage to actually call out the Iraq War for being the catastrophe that it turned out to be. In that regard, he managed to separate himself from the already massive embarrassment that happened under the last Republican administration in order to create his own. Because all he said at the end of the day wasn't that we killed 1 million Iraqis. It wasn't that we killed 2,000 and traumatized and maimed thousands of American troops for oil. It was that we should have kept the oil. It wasn't, maybe that was a bad idea. It's that we didn't steal enough from them.
We didn't take enough from them. We didn't ruin their economy enough. We didn't instill enough Western ideas on these people, bro. You don't understand. One more Western value and they'll be free. One more Western value and they'll be free, bro.
Honestly, we hate George Bush, but could you imagine who must have fucking hated that dude?
Bro, oh my
Saddam.
God.
Imagine being...
We have to find the man who threw the shoe.
Oh my God.
We have to interview the man who threw the shoe.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. But could you imagine, like, you go into Kuwait in 1991, you get literally your army embarrassed and pretty much massacred on the highway of death, and then, like, 10 or so years later, his son comes to clap you again. With all of our taxpayer dollars.
Can we talk about that shit for a moment? A father and a son becoming president is fucking insane.
And both Republicans and both spending billions of our money.
Isn't that just fucking nuts though? Like, imagine think about that for a second. Like, imagine how the people were like they literally have the same name.
I know. It's also very funny that people think that has always irked me. But it's really funny. There's a lot of people that think that Donald Trump Jr. will ever become president of the United States.
He is the most, bro. No one likes that guy on either side.
But no one likes that guy. That guy
dude.
is quite possibly, and I know that he's like married. Actually, no, I don't think so. He's not. Trump Jr. is not.
Trump Mobile.
He's just Trump Mobile is hilarious.
He's the CEO of Trump Mobile.
But he just is the most divorced guy of all time.
Known Trump Mobile CEO. Donald Trump Jr. Imagine that's actually your name. Imagine you have to say Junior to people because your dad's so famous, you're not a person.
I know. That's so fun. And the thing with that as well too is he's just not funny. If you look at the stuff that he puts on his Instagram, it's just stuff you can find on Facebook if you dig deep enough through like a list of your uncles. Like, it's just odd.
Bro, my Facebook comments are so bad, bro.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's racist. It is racist now. There's a Facebook like group for my hometown. And it's literally just a race war. It's pretty much what it is. It's pretty ridiculous.
A race war? Here, let's actually go on my messaging. Okay, the ones on Facebook aren't that bad, but okay. I heard you just woke up and your mama was a whore and you're a fucking child molester and you can go fuck yourself, you piece of shit, fucking shit, go straight to hell, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, fuck you dumbass brain dead Democrats, can go straight to hell with your hoe hopping mama.
We're going to put a photo of this guy on the screen. We're going to superimpose it because, like, you literally, if you were trying your absolute hardest, could not find a more Republican profile picture than this.
You could not find a more, like, I'm just going to screenshot it. We're just screenshotting right there. Let's actually get another one. Look, you piece of shit, waste of space, dumb motherfucker. Don't get it, do you, do Shogun up to a police station with a gun on your hip? Fuck no, you don't do it in the middle of an ice raid with a gun. Fuck no, why the fuck you need a gun? If he was at peaceful protest, his bitch ass showed up there trying to act hard, so don't try that shit with the rest of the world. I can't even do like the southern accent for it because it's just, you are an asshole that only knows what you are told. And what you are told is only half-truths. This country is in trouble because of people like you. Don't bother replying. I'm blocking your page and your posts.
Dude, these guys are sensitive. This is so funny.
I know you're trying to get views, but you're an idiot. You're a freaking liar. Liberals all are. Can you libtards shut the fuck up? Stupid fucking idiot. Let's hop into the pardons.
Let's hop into the pardons.
That's what all this shit's about.
Well, I think it's funny that not only is this the most corrupt administration in history from what we've seen so far, it's not even just on the financial benefit side. Like, we are selling citizenship for $1 million, which is already pretty insane.
Trump Gold Card.
But
Nicki Minaj
and also
one,
not having to pay taxes if you get a Trump
She got a
Platinum
gold card, by the way.
I saw that, unfortunately. That's terrible. She's an odd lady. And her husband definitely did that shit too, which is crazy.
I really just want to see her perform We Are Charlie Kirk.
Oh my gosh, she's the one for it. She's the one to do it.
She said she's doing it.
Are you dead ass?
She's doing it at her next concert. That's why I want to see it. I think she's
Are you
performing
dead
at
ass?
like the Super Bowl. Do you know how people are like protesting the Super Bowl because Bad
The
Bunny's
MAGA
Spanish?
Bowl.
Yeah, I think she's doing it at the MAGA Bowl, like she's performing We Are Charlie Kirk. But I can't fact check that. But she is performing We Are Charlie Kirk somewhere. That is fact checkable.
Yeah. It's an indication of the end times. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a Jehovah's Witness, I would be preparing for the rapture in the next 3 days. It's over,
bro.
It's
It's
over.
It's so over.
It's over. Who do you think is more likely to be the Antichrist? Is it Peter Thiel or is it one of the 50 people who committed $1 billion fraud that Donald Trump pardoned?
What if they all are?
Oh wow! I actually didn't even
What if
think of
they're
that
collective?
theory.
What if they're collective?
Ooh, that's actually. Ooh. And so let's go into some of the people that are going for him. By the way, it's so funny. Go on Twitter right now and look at Sam Bankman-Fried's page. He is literally begging for a pardon from Donald Trump at this point.
He's been begging
at this
for
very
years.
moment.
He's
Begging
not getting
for
a pardon.
literally years to get a pardon from Donald Trump by trying to go hard right wing, which is hilarious. He's on literally his hands and knees at this point. But we've got some, absolute gems that have been pardoned so far, including
Former president of Honduras, Juan Orlando Hernandez, who was charged with cocaine importation conspiracy, machine guns, and destructive devices in furtherance of drug trafficking. Now, those are almost identical to the same charges that Maduro is being charged with.
Okay, we also have Edward Ruben Sotelo, who's a drug trafficking kingpin, continuing criminal enterprise, multi-kilogram cocaine distributor, marijuana trafficker, and charged with conspiracy as well too. So good for going for the bad illegal immigrants and the criminals, as he said he was going to.
Yeah, and the fact that less than 5% of ICE detainees are actually criminal records, but we have Joe Angelo Sotelo, cocaine trafficking conspiracy. We have Andre Donald Rout, life sentence for cocaine distribution conspiracy. We have
Annabelle Valenzuela, methamphetamine tracking conspiracy, and money laundering. Keep in mind the same administration that's trying to take credit for a drop in opioid deaths that occurred during Biden's final year in office.
actually insane. If we just keep going down, we have a Metropolitan Police officer who was charged with murder, obstruction of justice. Oh, pardoned. Oh, okay.
Former governor of Illinois who was charged with bribery, extortion, wire fraud, corruption, and all of this under the color of official right.
He also pardoned Jason Galanis. I actually heard of him. Securities fraud, investment advisor, conspiracy. He has pardoned like 20 Bernie Madoffs this year, and he's just done so much shit every single day that no one even talks about it.
But it's okay because the Somalis are using $9 billion, even though $5 billion was only ever approved for the entirety of childcare in the state of Minnesota, and they're stealing all of it and sending it back to Somalia.
Wait. Are you telling me it's not a little bit weird that they won't let random white men and with cameras just come into the fucking daycare centers and record the children when they clearly don't have children there?
I think the thing that pushed it right over the edge is also that Nick Shirley is pretty clearly illiterate.
Yeah.
And so I think that was maybe just too many red flags for them to let them into a facility with children in it at that point.
Beveliment.
Beveliment?
What does beveliment mean?
What would beveliment mean?
What does beveliment mean?
Did you see that Katie Miller confused classical liberalism with like democratic liberalism?
Bro. Katie Miller, bro.
Katie Miller is an insane looking person. I'm sorry. It's like if I had to imagine Stephen Miller's wife, it's the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars and then probably something that resembles Katie Miller.
He pardoned those two reality TV stars who got Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley, who got fucking charged with like bank fraud and tax evasion. I'm pretty sure they were at one of his dinners.
Yeah,
They might have donated a little bit of money to him, allegedly.
Yeah, he pardoned literal George Santos.
My congressman!
Your congressman is George Santos. I forgot about that. What a
Represent.
hilarious
Long
human
Island
being.
represent.
What a funny guy. Like, actually,
Oh my God.
seriously.
Changpeng Zhao, bro. Oh my God. Binance, bro. He scammed billions.
Billions of dollars. Anti-abortion activist Lauren Handy, who obstructed an abortion clinic.
Michaelino Sunseri, a National Park visitor, who used the trail wrong. That one's actually
That's
wrong.
actually valid. What the
That's
fuck
actually
is a
valid.
trail use violation?
Yeah, what the hell? Okay, let's keep going. Rod Blagojevich, $20,000 for extortion. Cade Cawthorn, $25,000 for extortion. Imad Shah Zuberi, foreign lobbying / tax evasion, $15 million. What is it? Securities fraud for Devin Archer, $43 million. Todd Chrisley, bank fraud, tax evasion, $17 million.
George Santos, I'm still thinking about that. It's just like you have a guy who
Oh my God.
literally devalued the Jewish community, pretending that he was a member of it and saying that his grandmother died in the Holocaust.
I don't fucking why the hell did he get away with that? He just said his grandma died in the fucking Holocaust. No, she didn't.
Dude,
no, she fucking didn't.
He literally Rachel Dolezal Hanukkah. Like he was that was pretty bad. No one brings that up.
Also, he like stole that money from that veteran's dog, bro. He did like a $5,000 GoFundMe rug pull for like a veteran's dog, bro.
He stole a veteran's dog and then crashed out and pretty much ended his political career because he got exposed as a drag queen in Brazil.
Yeah. And for the combined fines by the federal government alone towards the companies and figures that Trump has pardoned
And,
this year,
and restitution that was eliminated from those cases as well.
$544 million, bro. That's a lot of fraud.
And that's a low estimate. I mean, we don't
That's
know.
the lowest possible estimate, only using direct facts of what we know.
Because we don't know really how much they got away with. We don't know how much. We only know what they were arrested for.
Exactly.
They could have been doing this for a long time. We don't know what Chang Peng
We only
Zhao
know when they
was
got
doing.
caught. Bro, Chang Peng Zhao alone, $50 million. Don't get me wrong, but he may have been involved in Trump's pardon of the first corporation.
Yes. Oh my goodness, as well too. Is
there anything a little bit weird about that? Like, why has no president ever pardoned a corporation before?
Which is hilarious as well too, because there's already a lot of controversial and very questionable things when it comes to the politics of enforcement on corporations. Most corporations get non-prosecution agreements, which allows them to do basically whatever they want.
I know, but
carry on a small fine.
non-prosecution agreements are actually fucked, bro. They literally
They're
just get
evil.
off scot-free.
They're evil.
Bro,
It's a really late-stage capitalism.
Reagan is evil, bro. But the corporate tax rate.
The only reason we know he's not the Antichrist is because he died and we didn't get raptured. That's the only. Because if not, it's 1 billion. It's 1 billion percent. That's the only way. That's the only way we know it's not him.
Bro, oh my god, bro, dead ass, bro. I don't have the direct numbers for it, but if you look up the corporate tax rate before Reagan and after Reagan, bro, it used to be like 75.
It was 60 under Eisenhower. Yeah, because it's an understandable amount when you're looking at people who were making millions
like
of billions
literally
of dollars.
trillions of dollars of profit.
The income inequality in the United States is so unfathomable that people really don't even talk about it anymore. It's just accepted as a way of life.
That's just how it is. You gotta scrounge up from the bottom. We shouldn't have to do that.
But we scrounge every single day. I mean, every single day is
I scrounge.
for
You
most
scrounge.
Americans.
We all scrounge, bro.
Yeah, for most Americans in the United States is a real struggle. And are there people who live in the basement till they're 30? Sure, but they have boomer parents. They have parents who were part of a generation that was able to actually create individual wealth, buy a house, and send kids to college on one income.
And Trump
That's not
just
possible
said
anymore.
Out loud, we want to protect the people who already have a house. We want house prices to stay up. He literally said we want the price of homes to go up because we don't want anyone who has a house to be affected badly. People who already have a house, they spent so much time working on that house. They deserve the prices to stay high. They deserve the prices to stay high. Deadass, you could look this up. He went in a speech like 4 days ago and genuinely said he supports rising price of living. Like,
It's
word
so
for
funny.
word. Word for word.
Because some of the words,
affordability.
some of the way
Democratic
that
hoax.
yeah, exactly. Some of the way that the FDR described Republicans in the 1940s literally still stand up today in perfect accuracy. When FDR was describing Social Security and Republicans, he said, "Well, Republicans at first are going to say that they hate it.
That's socialism.
It's socialism. The public is going to obviously repute them. The second they're repudiated by
It was their idea.
by the public. Suddenly, no, I just don't like the way he's doing it. I'm going to do it better, faster, and the best part is it will cost everybody absolutely nothing." it's just a propaganda machine.
It's a grift.
At the very least, Democrats are realistic and overly realistic to the point where they're so cautious about doing anything that breaks one rule in the legislature.
Guys, if we all tweet about ICE, bro, they're gonna stop.
I think we just need to send 2 or 3 more strongly worded letters, and then it's calling it a day.
I think you need to call your congressman.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. I think it's a sad reality of where we are right now that there's very little that we can do.
There's nothing.
Observe.
Bro, social mobility is at like the lowest it's ever been in America.
And we just have to accept the fact that Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos can
We're in a different cast than them. We're in a different cast.
Yet. You don't understand. They're just better than us.
See, they work harder.
They work harder.
Same work week, the same 7 days that we all have. They work harder than the average, single mother working 3 jobs. They work harder.
I think it's so funny how soulless that guy is. Like, actually, do you
Which
see
one?
the stream?
Which one?
They all are. But it's
Elon Musk. Grimes will never love you.
Oh my! I was just gonna bring up the Path of Exile.
We're on the same
brand.
Yes,
we're on the same. That's what I was going to. I was going. Can you imagine that?
I already laughed. I already laughed at that fucking comment in my head, bro. I already
Grimes will never love you. Do you remember that one time when he said something?
The face he did.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! And then he's trying so hard to pretend like he didn't read it, which is the funniest part.
It's just like,
but there was that time in 2018 when woke was still active, where he said something about the genders being silly, and it was the first indication that he might be weird.
Yeah.
And Grimes was like, "Honey, can you turn your phone off or put it in the other room?" And I wonder how many times she had to do that.
But now, bro, she's clearly complicit, bro. She's clearly complicit. She did she made a post where she's like, ICE is bad, but we have to stop protesting. Yeah,
listen to Grimes. Grimes is completely a valid source to listen to when it comes to this government at this point. Non-compromised. All right, real talk. Who do you think is winning in a fight? Okay, Erica Kirk or Candace Owens, but they're fighting over Charlie.
Candace
got it. I'm not gonna lie. I think Candace loved Charlie more than she did, dude.
Bro, genuinely,
it's really crazy.
It's so weird. She's saying that he's a time traveler now.
Do you see that? That is something that you literally send to a girl in middle school and just be like, "I'm a poet." That's something you send. That was Riz. That's what Riz was in middle school.
Why are they flirting, bro? What was going on over there? And bro, did you guys hear the leaked Erica Kirk audio where she was like,
Everyone grieves differently.
I made $200,000 in one day off the shirts. Have you not heard the audio?
I did. But she also in that same was like, everyone grieves differently. It's it's insane. It is really crazy. By the way, do you know that Candace Owens is married to a billionaire?
What?
Yeah, George Farmer.
What?
Yeah. You know, Farmers Insurance?
Yeah.
I think it's that same family. It's a billionaire family that she's a part of now. I don't recall exactly which one it is. One other thing that is just... it's a horrific context, but hilarious because it's Elon, is the fact that he self-invited himself to Epstein Island. He didn't even get invited. He was that much of a loser that, in the friend group or whatever that Epstein had, even they thought.
Imagine being ghosted in that group chat. Imagine he's Elon's kicking his feet. He's texting Ghislaine and Jeffrey guys, can we go snorkeling? Wink, wink. They just ghost him, bro. They all leave him on red, bro. Imagine him crying in his fucking bedroom, bro.
They definitely only included Elon because he 100% someone Donald Trump mentioned the group chat next to him, and he was like, "What group chat?" And they were like, "Oh, bro, I forgot to add you. I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Yo, let me add you right now.
Oh, bro, we totally were gonna invite you to the island, but we just there's just been so many there's been the flight logs, there's so many people on flights,
We
forgot. I'm sorry, Elon. He was practically begging, allegedly.
There's an email there from JE Vacation, which is, that's the one he used.
By the way, if you want a little rabbit hole to check up yourself, if you look up JEE Vacation on Spotify with a premium account for some reason, you will find, and you look up the word exercise, you will find a playlist that is literally Jeffrey Epstein's gym playlist, bro. Still publicly playable.
Yep. Okay, and one thing as well, too. Listen, there's a lot of facts that have come to light in the last couple decades, but if there's one thing that is certain by now, it is that gamers are the most oppressed group in society. It is that gamers are the most oppressed group in society. And we have proof of this Because not even billionaire pedophiles can get on Xbox and say a few threats to people online. There's an actual email that Jeffrey Epstein got banned from Xbox Live for
What?
harassment, threats, and abuse in 2013.
What?
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein got banned? Oh my god, somebody has to find his Xbox account. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Somebody look up JEE Vacation on Xbox Live.
Could you imagine getting no-scoped by Jeffrey Epstein?
What games do you think he was playing?
Can you imagine if you get no-scoped by Jeffrey Epstein and then he talks shit to you on the mic?
Well, bro, yeah, because you have to say something out loud.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
is
god.
So someone has to get that. Somewhere, someone has a voice message from Jeffrey Epstein on Xbox
Like,
360.
fuck you, bro. Imagine, like, bro, someone has a voice message that fucking says, like, fuck you, buddy. My fucking dad owns fucking Xbox, bro. Like, bro, we have to research that. We have to find the Jeffrey Epstein Xbox message. And by the way, just, for a little topical news segment, chud has been added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary as a term primarily used by online leftists to clown traditionally unattractive or traditionally dumb conservative men. Now, I feel like chud should be a word for everyone. Just my take.
Fair. I think chuds can come in any creed, any nationality.
I feel like there's chuds everywhere.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first episode of the Zspan podcast. We want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank
we
you
hope
guys
that
so much.
some sort of a horrific topic could be, at least listenable for young men, and that you could change your mind a little bit if you are a Republican after hearing some of the things that the president has done.
And if you agree with us, even better. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for all the support, and we're going to keep building up this platform until we're on top of the world, bro.
Leave him a follow.
Leave us a follow. Zspan Network on all socials, bro. Zspan Network. We're live on Twitch multiple times a week. Live on TikTok too until we get, inevitably banned by Bill Ackman and Palantir. And follow our Twitch, follow our YouTube, follow our Instagram, Ben.Gold1 and Zspan Network. And thank you for tuning in. Zspan out.